100% yours. Just one daily habit to restore muscle strength like you're 40 again. If you're over 60, your muscles may already be shrinking even if you don't feel it yet. In this video, we'll reveal that habit and show you how to protect your muscles every day, starting now. 1. Undercooked meat can quietly weaken your muscles after 60. You might think that a rare steak or a lightly grilled hot dog still counts as protein for your muscles. But after age 60, eating undercooked or improperly prepared meat can secretly do more harm than good, especially as your immune system and muscle recovery slows. When meat isn't cooked to a safe internal temperature, harmful bacteria like E. coli or Clostridium perfringens can survive. These bacteria don't just cause stomach problems. They can cause mild infections that impair digestion, increase inflammation, and silently break down muscle tissue over time, especially dangerous if you're already dealing with sarcopenia. Older adults are especially vulnerable because muscle protein synthesis becomes more sensitive to inflammation. Even mild food poisoning can disrupt nutrient absorption for days, reducing the effectiveness of every gram of protein you eat, no matter how high quality. A CDC report notes that nearly 50% of hospitalizations for foodborne illness occur in people over the age of 65. If your meals are meant to fuel your strength, undercooked meat does the opposite. It's quietly working against you. Make sure all meat reaches a safe temperature, at least 160 degrees F, 71 degrees C for ground meat, and 165 degrees F, 74 degrees C for poultry. Use a meat thermometer, don't just rely on your eyes. And when in doubt, cook longer, don't cook less. Comment number 1 if you used to think rare meat was safe as long as it was fresh. 2. Dirty cutting boards may sabotage your muscle gains without you knowing. You prep fresh vegetables, you grill lean chicken, you avoid fried foods. You're doing everything right to stay healthy after 60, or so you think. But there's one thing lurking right in front of your eyes that could be ruining it all: your cutting board. Most older adults don't realize how quickly cutting boards can become contaminated, especially after handling raw meat. Invisible bacteria like Campylobacter, Salmonella, and Listeria can transfer from meat to cutting surfaces and survive for hours, even after a quick wash. When you cut fruits or veggies on the same cutting board, those bacteria transfer to your healthy foods, turning a clean meal into a potential health hazard. For older adults, this type of contamination can lead to more than just mild food poisoning. It can disrupt gut balance, cause chronic inflammation, and interfere with protein absorption, all of which can silently accelerate muscle loss. One study found that plastic cutting boards in the kitchen often contain as much bacteria as toilet handles. Another USDA report found that 97% of people don't clean their cutting boards properly after cutting raw poultry. You may be eating the right foods, but if bacteria are weakening your gut, your body won't be absorbing the nutrients it needs to rebuild muscle, especially since your digestive system is less efficient after age 60. To fix this, use separate cutting boards for raw meat and vegetables. Replace old cutting boards with deep knife marks where bacteria can hide, and disinfect them weekly with diluted bleach, a dishwasher cycle above 165 degrees Fahrenheit, or vinegar and baking soda. You might think rinsing your cutting board is enough, but the real danger could still be sitting on your salad. Watch on to uncover how even pre-washed greens can put your muscles at risk. 3. Unwashed salad greens are a hidden threat to senior strength. Do you wash lettuce right out of the bag or eat it right away? Many older adults assume that pre-washed or triple-washed greens are safe to eat, but even those labeled ready to eat can contain dangerous bacteria. In fact, E. coli 0157 and Listeria monocytogenes, both of which have been linked to muscle loss through chronic inflammation and digestive damage, are commonly found on bagged spinach and lettuce if not washed properly. For people over 60, it's more than just a stomach bug. These bacteria can cause lingering gastrointestinal discomfort, reduce appetite, and interfere with the absorption of protein and micronutrients needed for muscle recovery. A CDC review found that leafy greens are the leading cause of produce foodborne illness outbreaks in the United States, especially in older adults with weakened immune system. The concern? These greens often look and smell fresh, no warning signs at all, but your muscles could be paying the price slowly over time. To stay safe, wash even pre-packaged greens in a bowl of cool water with a splash of vinegar. Dry them thoroughly and store them in a clean container, not the original bag, for no more than 5 days. If the greens feel slimy or smell sour, throw them away immediately. Comment number 3. If you've ever trusted triple-washed greens without rinsing them. 4. Hairline cracks in your eggs could be letting in trouble. Without smell, without warning. Eggs have a natural defense system. The shell, along with a thin membrane inside, forms a barrier that keeps bacteria like Salmonella out. But once even a small crack forms, hard to see with the naked eye, that barrier is compromised. And here's the dangerous part. A cracked egg can look completely normal. It may not smell. It may pass a visual inspection. But once it's cracked, bacteria can get in and quietly multiply, especially if the egg is stored for more than a few days. For people over 60, even low-level exposure to Salmonella enteritidis can disrupt the digestive system, leading to chronic silent inflammation that interferes with protein absorption and slows muscle recovery. According to the CDC, contaminated eggs are a leading source of foodborne illness in older adults, with most hospitalizations caused by eggs that look and taste normal. When inflammation persists, it prevents your muscles from recovering no matter how much protein you eat. And for older adults already dealing with age, muscle loss, sarcopenia, this potential setback makes recovery even harder. To minimize your risk, inspect each egg before consuming it. Avoid ones with cracks or rough surfaces. Store eggs in their original carton, not in the refrigerator door. And if you're not sure whether an egg is fresh, place it in a glass of water. If it floats, throw it away. You thought checking for cracks in eggs was being cautious, but the real threat may already be in your hands. Keep watching to find out what your kitchen towel could be spreading. 5. Clean kitchen towels can spread bacteria that stall muscle recovery. You're drying clean dishes. The towel looks fine, no stains, no odor, but that kitchen towel could be one of the dirtiest items in your entire home. Studies have shown that reused kitchen towels, especially those that are used for multiple purposes, can harbor high levels of bacteria like E. coli, Staphylococcus aureus, and Enterobacteriaceae. In a 2018 study, up to 89% of clean towels from home kitchens tested positive for bacterial contamination, the same level as a public restroom doorknob. Why is this important for older adults? Because many older adults unknowingly transfer bacteria back to their plates, forks, and even their hands via the towel itself. These bacteria may not cause immediate symptoms, but in people over 60, repeated low-level exposure can disrupt gut health, impair nutrient absorption, and cause chronic inflammation, all of which silently disrupt the body's ability to rebuild and maintain muscle. Even if you eat protein-rich meals and take supplements, it's all for nothing if your digestive system is constantly stressed by bacteria. It's like filling a leaky bucket. Here's the fix. Use separate towels for your hands, surfaces, and dishes. Change them every 1 to 2 days, even if they look clean. Wash at high temperatures, at least 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and avoid leaving towels damp for long periods of time. Comment number 5. If you've ever used the same towel for hands, dishes, and countertops. 6. That healthy morning smoothie may be feeding the wrong bacteria. Smoothies are one of the easiest ways to get in some nutrition, especially for older adults who have trouble chewing or have a poor appetite. A blend of fruit, protein powder and greens may seem like the perfect way to support your muscles after 60. But if you're using fruit that's been sitting around for too long or reusing a blender that hasn't been thoroughly cleaned, you may be fostering something else bad: gut bacteria. Researchers have found that blenders often develop biofilm, a thin layer of bacteria that resists regular cleaning. These microorganisms cling to the blades and rubber gaskets, especially when sugars from fruit or protein residues are left behind. When consumed repeatedly, they can alter the balance of your gut microbiome, allowing inflammatory bacteria to release endotoxins. For older adults, this subtle imbalance can reduce nutrient absorption and increase systemic inflammation, both of which directly slow muscle recovery. Even a nutritious smoothie can backfire if your gut isn't in good shape to process it. You're fueling your body, but losing the ability to use it. To avoid this, take the time to completely disassemble and clean your blender after each use. Don't use pre-cut fruit that's more than 48 hours old. Avoid masking sour smells with yogurt or ice if it smells weird. Throw it out. You blended the right ingredients for your health, but what if the real problem starts days later in your fridge? Stay with us to learn how leftovers can quietly sabotage your recovery. 7. Storing cooked meat in the fridge too long may quietly damage your muscles. You prep your meals on Sunday, thinking they'll last you all week. Chicken, beef, maybe a lean pork chop, all carefully cooked, packed in a container and refrigerated. But by Thursday or Friday, that same healthy protein may be doing more harm than good. Even when refrigerated, cooked meat slowly begins to break down. Bacteria like Clostridium perfringens can grow if food isn't cooled quickly, and leftover meat can develop harmful biogenic amines, compounds that form when protein breaks down. These aren't always detectable by smell, but they can cause digestive stress, inflammation, and nausea, especially in older adults with reduced stomach acid or slower metabolisms. For people over 60, that low-level digestive stress can silently interfere with your body's ability to use protein. Instead of fueling muscle recovery, it can cause a host of symptoms like bloating, discomfort, and nutrient loss, which increases your risk of muscle loss over time. According to USDA guidelines, cooked meat should only be safely stored in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 days. After that, the risk of bacteria increases significantly, even if the food still looks and smells normal. To protect yourself, divide meals into smaller containers and clearly label them with the date they were cooked. Freeze anything you won't eat within 72 hours, and avoid reheating the same food more than once. Each reheating speeds up protein breakdown. Comment number 7. If you've eaten something on day 5 just because it didn't smell bad, the sunlight and wall trick that silently activates muscle repair after 60. You don't need a gym, you don't even need shoes, just a patch of morning sunlight and a walk. Most older adults don't realize how powerful morning light is for muscle recovery. Just 10 to 15 minutes of light exposure between 7 and 9 a.m. can help regulate your internal clock, synchronizing your sleep hormones, boosting your daytime energy, and improving the release of growth hormone at night. This is important because growth hormone is one of the few tools your body still uses to rebuild muscle, especially after age 60, when other systems slow down. But here's how to make this habit even more powerful. While standing in that light, place your hands shoulder bump apart on a wall. Lean forward slightly and push against the wall, not to move it, but to keep tension in your arms and chest. This is called an isometric push. Just 10 seconds is all it takes to activate neuromuscular signals and gently work your upper body. No weights, no stress on your joints. And this sunlight plus wall combination acts as a quiet morning switch, warming up both your nervous system and your muscle fibers before the day begins. It's free, it's safe, and if done daily, it may be the easiest way to wake up your strength. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just about age, it's about habits. And the truth is, you don't need to do intense workouts or take expensive supplements to combat it. Just one smart daily habit, whether it's cooking meat properly, washing your greens, checking your towels, or standing in the morning sun, can help you regain strength, protect your independence, and feel more like yourself. Remember, age doesn't make you weak. It's the small, repeated choices that can break you down or build you up. So start small. Pick one habit from this video and make it yours today. Then come back and try another. Comment below with the number of habits that surprise you the most, or share your own tips. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to HEALZO, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on this simple way to stay strong, sharp, and independent, no matter how old you are. We will see you in the next video. Stay strong.